What's up, everybody? This is Bree from Young, Saved, and Free, and I'm back with this week's devotional. For everybody that's new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Brianna. I am the creator of Young, Saved, and Free. Just go by Bree, so you don't have to be so formal with me. Just call me Bree, B-R-E, or I. I prefer the E, but my name is spelled B-R-I. That's not important right now. Everybody that's been here, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. I don't know why I can't talk again today. I gotta stop doing these videos when I get off work. I think that's the problem. That I get so tongue-tied. I've been talking all day and now I can't talk when I get on camera. It's crazy. Before we get started, we're just gonna go ahead and address, this whole situation behind me. It's dark outside, like pitch black outside, because daylight savings, and it's only 7:03, but it's dark outside. Like, it's darky outside. All right. So, and the house, my aunt's house has very dark paint in it. So, and I'm dark, so it's like it wasn't working out. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. So we are closing out the I Forgot Who I Was series with this video, and it's very, very, very important that you guys watch this until the end. So this is, it's pretty cool. If out of all the parts of the video of the series, this is the most crucial part. So we are getting close to the end of the year. 2019 is, I think we got like 3 weeks left. Tomorrow's the 12th. Well, you're watching this on the 12th, hopefully. So 3 weeks from that, 21, 12. So yeah, we got like just under 3 weeks left in the year. And it's not just the end of the year, it's the end of the decade. And 2020 is a significant year for me, period. Like, not only is the beginning of a new decade, it also makes 10 years that I've been in high school. Like, crazy. Like, I'm getting old, y'all. Like, I'm getting so old. Oh my God. Well, yeah, it's been 10 years I've been out of high school, 10 years that I've been on my own, and 10 years that I know for a fact that God has been dealing with me. And it's right now, I'm in a place of reflection, just thinking about how far I've come in that 10 years. Because let me tell you something, 2009, 2010, Brianna would not be doing this. Like, this was not even an option back then. Like, I got to sneeze. Never mind, I guess I don't. I felt, like you feel the sneeze like right here. I felt it like right here, and I felt like it was about to come out. But now, of course, because I said 1 second, and it's probably come out later on in this video. But yeah, this would not even been an option for me right now, like at all. Like, you me do what? Like, back then, yeah, I loved God. I did. But I was not, I hated religion. I really hated religion. And I didn't want anything to do with anybody's church. And now church is my entire life. Like, I've told you that before. Like, but yeah, for real, like, literally church is my entire life. Like, I got off work today and was talking to somebody about the dance ministry, because I have to dance New Year's Eve. I haven't danced for real in like 4 years. Goodness. And then I had to, talk to somebody about Bible study night when I got, after I got off that phone call. And then I had to, do this stuff, and I had to make sure the stuff is ready for tomorrow. And then after tomorrow, we got other church stuff we gotta do this weekend. Like, it's literally my whole life. And I would have never thought that would have been here in 10 years. Let alone going into training for ministry at the beginning of the year. That would have definitely been out of the question for me. Like, completely out of the question. I'm like, you want me to do what? I ain't doing that. Like, she's not doing that. Like, that would have been me 10 years ago. If I would have known where I was gonna be right now. Nah, son. But just being honest, this whole idea of going into training is very intimidating for me, because of where I come from. I'm just gonna be honest. A lot of people here, and then because of where I live now. I'm from Augusta originally, and Augusta, yeah, there's a lot of churches in Augusta, but something about being down south, like in Thomasville, and like once you cross like Cordell and go farther down south, church is a big deal down here. Like, people know you because of what church you go to, type of thing. Because everybody be like, oh, that's so and so, she go to that church. That's so and so, he go to that church. He's a deacon over at that church, and they grew up in this church over here, but then they moved over there. Like, that's how people know you down here. And it's like, because church is such a big deal, a lot of people here, especially people my age, they haven't had a life. And for me to be 27, I've had a really full life. Like, I've got to really enjoy my life. So there's certain things about my story that people here just won't relate to. Like, there's people here who have never set foot in a club. Clubbing was my life. Like, literally my entire career. Well, not even my entire career, but like not even halfway through my freshman year of college, every DJ, every security guard, every club promoter knew who me and my friends were. Like, they always knew. Like, before I even started doing club promotions on the side, they knew who I was. Like, I'll never forget my freshman year. It might have been like November. And back then I was like, listen, if I'm going out, I need it to be lit. Like, I need it to be I'm not going to no empty party. I need it to be lit. Like, so I would, retweet a lot of the club promotions so that everybody would know. So I'm like, listen, I'm not going out and there's like 5 people there. Like, no, I'm not doing it. So I would retweet all the promoters. And so I remember one night, was one guy. He was a big promoter, and I had the biggest crush on him. Oh my God. And he was like, he came out, me and my friends were leaving because I had never stayed till 2 o'clock because I was like, I'm not about that traffic getting out this parking lot life. Like, I'm leaving at like 1:52. Like, we walking out the door. And so it just so happened that he came out the door when we were leaving. He was like, he called me with my Twitter name. He was like, munching pretty cool, beep. And I was like, you know me. Like, you so cute. I'm like, thank you. Thank you. And this is back when I was wearing macros. I was like, I look crazy. I probably put a picture here or something. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, everybody don't have that kind of story. Some people will be like, yeah, I lost my way. And, but God was always first and foremost in my life. And God was not always first in my life. And that I don't want to get the scrutiny and the judgment because I've had a life. And I've partied. I've experimented with some drugs. I've done some things that are not of God. I don't want that backlash. And so it intimidates me to be down here and do ministry. Like, if I was somewhere else and people actually did stuff with their lives, then I wouldn't be so afraid or be so intimidated. But it's just here, like, because it's such a big deal, I'm like, ooh, am I sure I want to do this? Like, and so I talked to my aunt about it. Of course, I talked to her about it because I talked to her about everything. And we were actually on our way to a service when we were talking about it. And because what happened was, I'm her honor bearer, if you guys didn't know. And after a service, I think that Wednesday is when it happened, an apostle kind of backed me into a corner and was like, are you doing ministry yet? And I was like, first of all, he don't know me. So I'm like, I'm already kind of taking that because I'm already in a room with 4 apostles, I think. 4 apostles and the other minister from my church. And so I'm just doing my job as an honor bearer, making sure they eat because both of them have health concerns. And I'm like, you guys need to eat. I'm gonna go sit out here in the car while you're eating, but just, call me when y'all ready because I'll come clean up your stuff. I'll take your stuff to the trash. But I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And he says, are you doing ministry? And I'm like, what are you talking to? Like, and I'm like, oh, he must be talking to him. So he's talking to me. I said, me? He's like, no, you. I'm like, me? I said, I sing on the first time in the honor bearer. He said, that's not what I asked you. I asked you, are you doing ministry yet? And so I was like, no. And he probably just tell me yes and go ahead and do it. And I'm like, what? Like, you can't even talk to me. But yeah, so, I wasn't really happy with what he had to say with me. Like, man, I wasn't even supposed to be in this room. I'm like, I wasn't even supposed to be in this room. Why you? Like, why you even doing that? The other minister that was coming to church was like choking on his food, like trying to keep it together. Cause I'm like I couldn't even say nothing. I just sat there, and so I started thinking about it real hard, and so yeah, I was talking to my aunt. I was really thinking about everything that was going on, and so I started talking to my aunt about it, and let's just say she got me all the way together, because when I said something to her about it, she was like, you just didn't like what he had to say. And I'm like, and so she started talking, and she was like, you can do this. I don't know why you're so scared, blah, blah, blah. And so even like up until a couple of days ago, I took you on a journey for a reason. I took you on this specific journey for a reason, because you can reach people that everybody down there can't reach because they haven't had a life. So stop hiding. I'm about to elevate you. Like, oh my God. So like, okay. Like, I'm not even gonna say yes. I'm not gonna say no. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. And so, when he started talking to me about it, he took me to the story of Jacob. And I know we've talked about Jacob before, with the transformation devotional, and kind of the same message, but it's different. It's different. It's the same, a lot of the same scriptures, but it's different. So he took me to, Genesis 25, 19 through 34, and this is like the story of Jacob. If you guys don't know, Jacob is the son of Isaac, who is the son of Abraham. You see how crazy this is? Like, Abraham bloodline, they got something going on. But Jacob has a twin brother named Esau, and Esau was the firstborn. And so Jacob ended up, long story short, Jacob ended up finessing Esau out of his birthright. And he took advantage of his brother because his brother was hungry. Like, Esau was the Mufasa of the two of them. He was the one with the brute strength, the very masculine one, and then you have Jacob, who was the more subdued one. That makes sense. He was the scar of the situation, if you want to call it that. And Jacob messed up. He did. He did. He messed up. He lied to his dad. He manipulated his brother, and it's, to be honest, there's something that it was almost so bad that would be something that if I was Jacob, I would just take it to my grave with me. I wouldn't say a word about it. Like, I've been in situations before where I've done some things that I'm not proud of, and I carried that with me. And if Jacob is anything like me, he kept replaying it over and over and over in his head. And the only reason I know that he did that is because in Genesis 32, he was so afraid to see Esau. And I know because he kept thinking about what happened. And sometimes, and that's called torment, by the way. It is. That's torment when you keep replaying bad situations over and over. That's called torment, and that is a spirit. But the thing is that he's not that. He's not that action. The thing that he did, he's not defined by that. Yes, he did do something very wrong, and there's ways you can right your wrongs. But he is not defined by that one moment of his life. And so what God came to tell me is, or you want me to tell y'all, is that you are not your past. You are not the things that you've done in your past. You are who he created you to be. And so the crazy thing about it is, even when we mess up, we work so hard to push to a place of greater, to the better thing, and you do all this work, but then it's like, if anything happens that kind of reminds you of that situation, you revert back to who you were. And I know it's the truth because I did it. Somebody came to me about a situation that happened about 4 years ago, and I immediately got mad all over again, because it was like, you're not going to keep throwing this up in my face and make it seem like this is what it was, and it wasn't. And like, it just upset me that bad. And it's like, you're not over what happened. You thought you were, but you're not. And so you're in this, what seems to be a never-ending cycle. You keep going through the motions of, I'm working past it, and then it comes up, and then you go back, and then you're like, I'm work past it, and then you go up, you get better, and then it comes up again, and then you work past it. Like, it seems like it's a never-ending cycle, but it's not really never-ending. It can end. You just have to make the decision and take your authority back and say, you know what, I'm not going to keep going through this. I'm not going to keep doing this. And so that's why this is the end of the series, because you have to use all these other tools that I gave you all, and in the other parts, to get past this big part. Because this one is the biggest thing. Because regardless, if you know that you have authority, that you are a weapon, that you are not where you come from, you're not. I don't remember what the other parts were called. That you're valuable and that nothing can stop God's plan for your life. There's no point in knowing any of that if you keep going back to who you were. Like, there's no point in knowing that, because you just have to understand that you are not you didn't stop growing at that one spot, so stop making yourself go back to that one spot. That's not who God designed you to be. And so it's like we do all this growing, and too many times when we do all the growing, we forget where we've come from. I mean, where we came from and where we are right now. It's like we completely forget where we are right now and who we've become, because we constantly remind ourselves of what we used to be. And that's why God had to have a conversation with Jacob in Isaiah 43. And if you look at the text, I am going to link it down below in the description box. God was like, look, I love you. I'm not worried about your mistakes. You are. Like, you this is a you issue. This is not a me thing. I'm not the one that keeps saying that you did this and you did that. You the one that keep punishing yourself and keep tormenting yourself with thinking about the things that you've done. That's not what I've called you to be. And so in Luke 9:62 it says, but Jesus told him, anyone who puts a hand to a plow and then looks back is not fit for the kingdom of God. And this scripture was so significant for me, because I do that a lot. I've always been that way. Like, I've always looked back and reminisced on times that I've had with people. And the thing about it is, when it comes to ministry, I know that God has called me to do the work, but I can't do the work if I keep thinking about, what about that time when this stuff happened at Visions, and this happened at Sensations, and this happened at Palladium, and this happened at this party, and this happened at that party. Like, I can't keep doing that, because that's not what I can't keep looking back and trying to move forward at the same time. I'm going to end up crashing and hurting myself. Like, let's just being real and being honest. And if we're really, really honest, God has a purpose for each and every one of us. And, there may be some people that have a similar purpose to you, but God called you to it for a reason. And your purpose comes from your burden, your past, and your experiences. So how are you going to operate in your purpose if you don't even see yourself in your purpose, if you don't even realize that you are not your experiences, that your purpose came from your experience? Like, if you're still stuck in the past in your mind. So at some point, a teacher was a student, right? But they had to understand that at some point they became the teacher. You can't do the work as a teacher and still think you're a student. It doesn't work that way. It does not work that way, and it's not going to work that way. You have to understand who you are and what your work is, what the work is that He's called you to do, and understand that you are not in the past where you keep thinking you are. And for some people, especially people that are very, very humble, they have an issue with this. They don't see themselves as their greatness. They don't see that. I'm just a regular girl like Cardi B. I'm just a regular Dalish regular girl from the Bronx. But you're a girl from the Bronx, but that's not who you are anymore. You are Cardi B, baby girl. You in Pepsi commercials, you in Reebok commercials, you doing Fashion Nova ads, you got all that stuff going on. You are not that same girl from the Bronx. Then that's just what it is. You want to act. A lot of people want to believe that they haven't changed, but change is necessary sometimes. You have to evolve unapologetically, as Miss Kristen has told me over and over and over. And it's like, okay, I get it now, for real. I get it. And so a lot of times with people, the reason why they want to stay the same, they want to believe that they're the same person, is because the people that's around them. And like, I'm just going to be honest. I'm just going to be honest. Like, it's a lot of times the people around you, because when you grow, you want to, you want to still have the same friends or whatever. And to be honest, you are a summation of the 5 people that are closest to you. So if all the people around you are people from your past, they're going to constantly remind you of your past. Like, if that's, I'm not going to say all of them will, but that there is a probability that will happen. That they'll constantly remind you, girl, how you gonna be a minister? You was the same girl that was doing this, that, in the club. You the same girl that was pulling up on people. You the same girl that was busting out windows. You the same girl that people was calling the police on. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's people out there that do that. And so what that is called is a soul tie, and that is a ungodly soul tie. I actually talked about this on Sunday, and originally when I wrote this devotional, I didn't even have this in here. But what you have to do is cut the soul tie and kill it at the root. Like, it cannot grow back. It cannot come back. It cannot be a part of you anymore. That part of you has to fall off, because you're a new creation in God. You're brand new, baby. You are brand new, and that's okay that you're brand new. But I really had to come to terms with cutting soul ties on Sunday. Literally, there's a certain guy that I have been friends with since I was 13 years old, and when he enters my life, I change bad. Like, and it's never for the good. Sometimes it's not as drastic as others, but because I know me, and I notice the changes in myself. So a lot of the times when he comes in my life, I don't care about anything except him, and that's a problem. That is a big problem for me. And so I started thinking about, even right now where I'm in my life, when I told him about me going into training, he was like, oh, congratulations, I'm so happy that that you're growing, that's amazing. But then anytime I mentioned doing the work, it was like, we still doing that? Or he would bring up the subject, and he would remind me of things that I did in the past, but it didn't really hit me right away. And he would always remind me of things that I did. And keep in mind, he known me 13, so he knew Brito was out here wild in these streets. Like, he definitely knew her. And so if I be honest, for real, the only reason I really, really kept him around was because he was someone that I thought saw me through my past. But really, honestly and truly, he was only in my past. He never saw me through. Like, once I met him when I was 13, and we were very close up until I was about 18, and then I went off to school and we kind of lost contact. And then when I came home in 2016, we got in contact again, and then we lost contact again because I cut him off. And then we got in contact again recently, and I'm like, every time you leave my life, I go through this elevation, and every time you come back around, I'm willing to give it all up, and that's not okay. Like, when every time God wants to do something in my life, you're not around, and then maybe a sign from God that you're not supposed to be around for this. Like, it's when I graduated from high school and went off to college, that's when I found God, for real. And then when I left and I stopped talking to him and I came down here, that's when God started moving in my life, for real. Granted, there's some things that come to pass even with him being around recently, but it's not nearly everything that God wants to do for me, because I have him. He's in my corner, and I'm like, you know what? We gotta cut that. Like, cut it all off. Like, this is what we're not gonna do today. Like, we're not gonna keep going back and forth. We're not gonna. It's the dog. We're not about to, keep doing this cycle. That's just not what I'm interested in at this time. And so Galatians 2:20 says, my old self has been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I who live, but Christ lives in me. So I live in this earthly body, but trusting in the Son of God who loved me and gave himself for me. And so I started to grow. And when I started growing and growing and growing, and I got new friends, every time I fell, he was right there. He would just pop back up and remind me who I used to be. And that was one of the reasons why I had to leave Augusta for me, because there was a lot of things that I experienced there. There was a lot of near-death situations. There was a lot of poor decisions that I made there. And as much as I love my church, I love my pastor and my first lady, I had to leave to get to the things God really had for me. And so what I started noticing, even when I was with this particular guy, he would bring up old situations, and it was like I was reliving traumas over and over and over, and I would talk about it like it just happened. And it's kind of like, have you ever been around like a little kid and they'd be like, yeah, we went to see Frozen, and they would talk about stuff like they'd be really excited about it like it happened today, right? But then it really happened like last week. That's how I was. Like, I would be like reliving it, and then God said it's time to grow up. You gotta stop doing it. Grow up. And so first, of course, 1 Corinthians 13:11 says, when I was a child, I spoke and thought and reasoned as a child, but when I grew up, the way childish things. And that's what we have to do in this season. We have to be willing to put away all those old things and grow up in him, because you have to stop focusing on what happened and focus on where you're going. I will never, ever, ever forget what my first lady said, don't let what happened to you handle you. And when you do that, when you allow what happened to you to handle you, two things happen. One, you completely forget who you are, and two, you forget where you are. Like, you forget that you're not in that same place, and you're not that same person anymore. And so 2 Corinthians 5:17 says, that means that anyone who belongs to Christ is a new person. The old life is gone and a new life has begun. Completely different person, completely different place in your life. And so you are a new creation. You have a new focus. You don't have it all together, and that's okay. That's okay. It's fine. But you are not who you used to be. And like Miss Cynthia Bailey says, every Sunday at 8 o'clock on Real Housewives of Atlanta, I only look back to see how far I've come. That's all you need to do. Don't keep looking back. Don't go back. Don't do none of that. Just keep going forward and press towards the mark. That's all I have for you all today. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope it blessed you. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next video. And I love y'all. Bye.